Hello and welcome to another Bunny and Teddy video diary, and in this one it's another 2-night stay somewhere in the UK. Where are we, Bun?
We are in Yorkshire.
More specifically
on a little island.
We are on an island. Would you believe, near the more industrial town of Wakefield in West Yorkshire. We are staying at the Waterton Park Hotel at Walton, and the building we are in is in fact Walton Hall.
Yeah.
We're super excited about this.
We're super excited because the room they have given us is just, I'm speechless because I don't know what to say. It's so beautiful. More than beautiful. I have got no...
It's got 2 TVs, guys. It's got 2 TVs.
I don't know what to say.
We'll give you a full room tour as we usually do anyway, and hopefully a bit of a look around the hotel as well, which is set in Walton Hall. The other building over the bridge is just more rooms.
They've got conferences.
I don't think there's anything else
weddings.
There. Yeah, conference rooms and stuff like
Weddings.
that. So the main hub is the island. I thought it was the other way around.
Yeah.
But no.
But then check the view, guys. It's just, we've got to show you.
We've got to show you the view, really.
This is, it's just...
Because we're on an island, we're also an island surrounded by water, i.e. a lake.
But look at the colours, I don't know, guys.
So we've got the window open.
Yeah.
It's not really that cold.
It's nice.
It's October 29, and you've got swans swimming.
You've got golfers.
You've got birds going around. You've got
golfers.
Is that the golf course?
Yeah.
Oh, it is. You've got the golf course at the back. You probably won't be able to see that. I'll probably show you that on the room tour, because I'm going to have to use the Canon for the room tour.
And look at the colours.
Yeah, the golf course actually wraps around the lake. So we've got to be careful of stray balls, possibly. But
guys,
we've had a lakeside view before, funnily enough, at
CADMORE.
the CADMORE
If you can remember, yeah.
So we can link that in the description below. And that was a good, was that a 2-night stay?
Yeah.
I think it was 2 nights there.
All I can say, we're dead excited. It's beautiful.
Bunny may well go swimming.
Yes, and it's free. I thought we had to pay £25 to get in facility, but I can access all the pool and the gym as well, she said.
All the leisure facilities,
leisure facilities.
Yeah, it's included in the stay. We are here on a breakfast and dinner board basis. Hopefully we'll be able to show you that bit as well as we go through our stay. Tag along with us for the 2 nights.
Excited. Merci, chérie.
And the reason why Bunny's all like this is because it's our 19th wedding anniversary tomorrow. I've got to show you the room now, really. I've got to switch cameras though. So let's switch to the Canon and join you again. So, Canon has lit up the room a little bit better. Let me start at the door. We are in room 1, door. There's the key holder, nice lamp and bedside table with phone. That is a plan of the hotel there. We'll have to probably look at that, see where everything is. Nice contemporary, in line with the room artwork. We see here the Buddha in all her glory in the lounge area, which has its own TV and dressing table with light over the mirror. You got 2 bottles of water, one still, one sparkling, no doubt. Over here is a big wardrobe. Now, here's one of the downsides. I don't know whether there are any other light switches anywhere, but as you can see, it's rather dark here with only these spotlights in the ceiling. so it's going to be rather difficult to make a cuppa again. If you remember the Radisson Blu Hotel we stopped in at East Midlands Airport, that was poorly lit. At least it's at a level that I can get to. And there's the view again. I'll show you a little bit better with its Juliet balcony there. The bed is 4-posted but with no canopy or anything, which is how Bunny likes it. But I've just felt it. It's very nice and springy, and it should be very nice to sleep in. Not sure about your sizes. I would imagine it's a king size. And a second TV with its own stand and a nice little piece of artwork. And on this bedside table we have a box of tissues, and somehow I thought there would be, I don't know why, but and we've got a faux leather headboard, ample pillows and cushions there for you. But you could probably use the cushions to sit on those chairs in the balcony area if you like. It gets even darker in here, and again it's only lit up by these spotlights, so I don't know how we're going to be able to take an evening shower, because that quite literally is it. Now if you go in here, if you can see, I'm using the phone torch, so you've got all these settings here up the collar, which I can only assume are separate showers along with the main shower. I'm not sure how to operate it yet. You've got this hand shower here, and then you've got a rain shower at the top here. You've got toiletries. So the shower gel is Duck Island, which is quite apt because, well, funnily enough, there are actually swans on the lake, so and then you've got this lovely bath with its own tap system in the middle there. And yes, another lakeside view. The toilet is nicely done as well. To show you, there's the sink. The mirror does actually light up. Not sure where the button is, but it has got lights on it. Complimentary soaps there. You got the heater here. I'm not sure whether you dry your towels on it, because it's one of those tool things. And there you have it, guys. Well, I don't think we've stopped in a place quite like this. As I say, the lighting is a little bit sparse in the seating area. I don't know how Bunny's getting on now that it's getting quite dark now, and it's only, what is it, 5?
Yeah, 5.
As I say, you're not going to take a shower or a bath. Well, you might be able to take a bath in there. I don't know about a shower because I don't know how you'd operate the shower in the dark. We can't see any of the switches for that. Another thing I've noticed as we've been walking around the room is the very bad stain on the floor here, right by the door. That's not very good. As you wander around, having seen that one, there's another one down here by the window. But apart from that, I can't see any others, I must admit. But we're not going to quibble over stains, because we're getting this pretty cheap. We paid for dinner and breakfast rating for this room at £225, where in fact if you look on their website you will pay £165 a night, possibly with breakfast actually. That's your room then, guys. Alright guys, it's Monday, it's our wedding anniversary. Happy anniversary to Bunny.
Happy anniversary to Ted.
I thought we'd show you the view from the room, being as it's now daylight and everything. So here it is. And we've had different birds flying around this amazing lake. I'll just zoom in to show you the extent of that bird action. The Waterton Golf Club course is at the back of the lake there. So one or two other features of the room I didn't show you before was this door here, and if you open that it's a fire escape, but we've been out on there actually. It's like another little balcony to the room. And the reason why I've got it a little bit brighter is to show you the bathroom again. There's the view if you were having a bath. The other thing I was going to show you as well was that you've got this cord to light up the mirror. The wardrobe has actually got a big fan and a humidifier, I would imagine. It's also got an iron, and the ironing board is here. Later the bunny's going to have a little bit of a swim in the pool, and I'm going to have a little massage at about 2:30. That'll be our day over, and then we'll show you what we're having for dinner after that, I should think. It's a pity we didn't get 3 nights, because today's it really, and then we go back home. But I'm hoping to show you a little bit more outside in a bit, the extent of what is there on the other side of the bridge. Right, I've come out on my own just to show you around the Walton Hall. I'm just going to show you the grounds around. As I walk around, let me give you a bit of history. Walton Hall was built on the site of a former moated medieval hall in 1767. The island is in a 26-acre lake. It was the home of the naturalist and traveller Charles Waterton, who made Walton Hall into the world's first wildfowl and nature reserve. Walton Hall is a proposed UNESCO World Heritage Site. Sir David Attenborough has stated that Walton Hall is an extremely important site in the history of nature conservation worldwide. It is arguably the first tract of land anywhere in modern times to be protected, guarded and maintained as a nature reserve. The Waterton collection is in Wakefield Museum. In the 1940s and then again in the early 50s and early 60s, the hall was a maternity home. But going back to its roots, Walton Hall was home to the Anglo-Saxon chieftain Eric. He was in constant battle with the Normans who took Walton Hall, but in the end they decided to accommodate each other, and the Normans gave Walton Hall back. Going back to the Waterton family, they acquired the Cawthorne estates and those at Walton, including Walton Hall, with the marriage in 1435 of Constance Hassenhall, the heiress of the De Burgh family, to Richard Waterton. In the time of Sir Robert Waterton, who served Henry VIII, the hall came to the water's edge and was 3 stories high. The only part of the old buildings that remain is the old Watergate, which is said to be part of an earlier 14th century structure. At that time it was the only entrance across a drawbridge. There is a sundial located on the island to the rear of Walton Hall. It was made by George Bowlby in 1813 and is made out of ashlar and copper. It's a multi-phase sundial and indicates the time in the following cities around the world: Amsterdam, Basel, Boston, Demerara, Madras, Madrid, Mexico City, Moscow, Beijing, Philadelphia, Rome and Warsaw. Well, that's that part of the video done. Next, I want to address the details of the hotel and why we chose that one to stay at. We went to Waterton Park Hotel because it was our 19th wedding anniversary. So let's get down to the details of the break. Now, when I want us to go for a 2-night break away somewhere, I always look at booking.com as a baseline view of what's out there. So we're looking at 2 nights away. I attacked booking.com with all the filtering things, and would you believe, Waterton came at the top of the list as the cheapest breakaway. And not only cheapest breakaway for a 2-night stay, but it also came with breakfast and dinner. Now, when you look at the hotel photos on booking.com or their website and you see all the facilities that it's got, oh my god guys, what a scoop. I mean, it was a no-brainer to me to book it. I showed the bunny and she was completely speechless, and the rate of $225 for the 2 nights for breakfast and dinner at this sort of place, I mean, it was a spectacular cherry on top of a cake. Getting there is a bit of a challenge, well, unless you're really good at sat nav and Google Maps and all that sort of thing. I tend to use Google Street View to get a good view of the roads that I'm going to be taking and the turns and all that sort of thing, and I'm pretty good at remembering a route through just looking at it. But then I give the bunny a bit of a rundown of what to expect, all the turns and all this sort of thing, all the junctions you have to negotiate. So we live in Leicestershire, so we went up the M1 to go onto the M18, then onto the A1M, and then got off the A1M at the A638 for Wakefield. And you're going along that 638, and there's a cheeky little left-hand turn at Crofton at the Cock and Crown pub, and as you're going down there, having turned left, it's one way, about halfway. Then at the bottom you turn left at a mini roundabout, and then you go along that a little bit, and then there's a big wide junction called Shea Lane, so you go in there right. Now you're on this road for a bit because it's going to go as if it's going out into the countryside, but then it gets residential again, and you're going up this hill, and you up the top there, you're looking for a little mini roundabout with School Lane on the right, and just after that you turn left into the bulk. You carry on up the bulk, you're looking for the second left, and it's like a private road towards the hotel. The road is narrow as if it's a private road, so if you're wanting to pass people coming the other way, you've got to look out for passing places on the way down. And halfway down you'll come to the Waterton Golf Club on the left, and that's got a good entrance. That'll be a good passing place if you can get down that far. So then you go all the way down, and the hotel is right at the bottom at the lakeside. Parking is on the left, and only on the left. There's not many spaces, so if there is an overflow, we didn't see it, but we managed to get in the first bay on the left there, which was pretty good really for 4 PM. So we got out of the car, we decided to take everything out of the car, thinking we were right next to the reception area. We walked to the doors and thought, well, I can't see anybody in there. And the reason being, the reception was closed, and it had a note on the doors, go over the bridge to Walton Hall to check in. I mean, it was 4 PM, maybe they closed that reception and then you have to check in, and I had this vision of going over the bridge over the lake to Walton Hall, checking in, and then coming back to the hotel. Obviously very damp and cold, lugging, you know, bags and a little suitcase across this bridge, but you're going across a little lake to a mansion of a hall, and you've got the trees turning colours and the lake's really calm and with swans on it, and you're thinking, whoa, this isn't too bad a little walk actually. So you get inside the hall, and I mean, I had a vision of, you know, a grand sort of hall entrance and so forth. There's supposed to be heraldry stuff on the walls. I didn't see it myself, but there's a big fireplace on the right, a table with information on it, more to do with the wedding venue that it is, but it seemed a bit underwhelming after that. There didn't seem to be much else other than the reception desk plonked into the left hand corner. The reception desk looked a bit out of place in this corner. The whole place needed probably a little bit of a revamp, a little rethink. But one thing, it didn't need a new receptionist, because Lee, who was on reception, was a delight, very open and friendly, as if you knew her straight away. So checking in, simple. She explained where the room was, and we had room 1. Instantly I'm thinking, wow, this sounds really swish, because obviously room 1, you're thinking top of the shot, where is it? So she actually explained and then walked us through to it, which meant through a bit of a lobby area with lifts. It's got lifts on the right there. Was it no toilets actually? Toilets on the right. There must be a lift, because it does have a lift and I didn't see it. Grandiose staircase leading up to other rooms above, and then you walk through Charlie's bar where you have your dinner and drinks there. And we were on the far side of Charlie's bar, and you have to go up a few little steps down a corridor, and straight in front of you is room 1. Room 1, great location really. You open the door and you're greeted with this magnificent lakeside view with its Juliet balcony, and you see the swans on the lake outside. Just to reiterate the problems that I saw really in the room, and the lighting is the main one for me. In the summer months it probably wouldn't be as dark as it was when we went, which was late October. If you have the sun it goes like that, which in fact is that, if you know what I mean. So in late October it's a pretty dark room straight away from 4 p.m, and the sitting area really needs addressing, because all you've got are these spotlights which do not emit enough light across that area of the room, and it runs into the bathroom as well, which is poorly lit as with just spotlights on the ceiling. It is a black room because the tiling's all black or charcoal. The only saving grace with the lighting there is that the step that you have to take to get into the shower does have blue lights round the bottom of it, and they prove to be very useful at night. So it's a good night light for when you want to go to the toilet at night. Now the shower, that was really good. The mechanism to work the shower, you've got 3 different knobs to work each of the showers, and we found that the jets that come straight at you, they were really powerful and you were guaranteed to get wet, and it proved to be a quicker way of having a shower as well. It was, you instantly got wet, you could stood up quite easily. The shower gel bottle actually came out of the compartment that it was in, so you could still sponge up pretty quickly as well. So we love the jets. Talking of the shower gel, Duck Island was the brand. There's the soap you get in there. The bits on the sink, it's actually they're not soaps. One is obviously, but the other 2 are a sewing kit and a shower cap. And I couldn't understand why the Duck Island emblem was a pelican. Duck Island pelican, I don't know. The next issue was the TVs. There are 2 TVs, one in the sitting area, one near the bed. The one in the sitting area didn't seem to have a remote control, although we didn't use that one anyway, we used the bed one. The other TV remote control didn't work, so we had to use the buttons on the TV, so that's not very practical. How the buttons are on the side of the TV, it's ever so awkward. Well, I find it really awkward to operate a TV using the buttons on the TV. It may have just been a battery thing for the remote. And then the final thing, as I've mentioned in the video, with the stains on the carpet. I mean, there might well be a good reason for them, but the one by the door looked as if it was a spillage of some sort, and the one by the window was probably dirty shoes. I mean, it's quite horrible out there. The previous person probably come in with dirty shoes on and didn't take them off until they got to the seating area. I don't know. The only issue we did deal with was a blockage in the bathroom sink. It wasn't letting the water go away. The plug wouldn't unpick, if you like. Unclick and let the water away. It took a couple of attempts to get the water going, and a man came within minutes of us reporting that. So maybe we should have address other things like the TV. But you know, there you go. But yeah, he came within minutes and fixed the plug situation. It was fine and dandy after that. Moving on to the other facilities of the hotel, Bunny took a swim and she also used the sauna. She was very satisfied with both experiences there. As for me, it was my birthday on the 8th of October. I had £60 to spend from that, so I thought, let's treat myself to a facial and a massage, which was neck and shoulder, plus I had a scone waiting for me, or scone, which I shared with the bunny after, and we had a pot of tea as well. But going back to the spa, I wish I'd have took my camera with me, because there was nobody there but me and Chloe, the Esper operative. So you go across the bridge to the spa, which is in that building we thought we were going to get into. And it's on the right hand side of, when you're coming across the bridge, it's on the right. It was just me and Chloe. Chloe was great. She did all my treatments and everything. It was great. And as I say, I should have took the camera with me, because I could have filmed inside there quite easily. There's quite a big area where you walk through, and you've got all the rooms sort of out in that bit, and then you go to the back end of that, and you've got the locker room, and there are cubicles there. You get a robe and slippers, put all your stuff in a locker, and then you come out again, and as I say, you've got the treatment rooms there. And then after all that, she said, would you like to relax in the relaxation room? So I went in there for 10 minutes, and it was nice and tranquil. I mean, it was just me. And you got the sun lounger type things there, another seating area with cushions in there, one of those balls that do water or whatever it is, and I don't know. And then you sit there looking at the starlit ceiling. Maybe, well, I'd got a glass of water that she offered me at the end of the session. So you had the treatments, facial, back and shoulder massage, use of the lockers and all the spa stuff, and the relaxation room, and a scone back at Charlie's Bar. You go across back to the hotel across the bridge. All that for £59. And I do believe, because it's the winter time, if you look on their website, you will look at their winter warmer or whatever it is experience, and it's the same sort of thing. I think there's a foot massage in there as well, and you get a mulled wine and mince pie for the same price, and I think it's £69 for the weekend or £59 for a weekday. Back at Charlie's Bar, we had this pot of tea, and we had 4 cups of tea out of that, because they brought not just the pot of tea but also a pot of hot water to pour into the tea pot as well, so you can drink tea all day, it seemed. And as I say, we shared the scone as well, which was nice. We got all that for £2.90, because they only charge us for the one pot. Finally, the food package. And as I've said, we've got a dinner and breakfast basis, and to access your food you have to come out your room. In our case, it was the end room of the corridor that comes out of the back of Charlie's Bar basically. So coming out into Charlie's Bar was great for dinner time. You're quite literally there. You didn't have to walk very far at all. And then you walk for breakfast, you walk through there, back out through into reception, and then there is a door on the far left that you go through into the breakfast area, and it's a huge area that stretches one bit of a corridor up little steps into another big, it's like one big L shape effectively. At the top of these little steps was Sophie, who was in charge of the breakfast duty, along with other staff who were all mega friendly. And of course you were sat, well, we sat at probably the second table in at the top of those little stairs. Out of the window is the lake view again. High ceilings, beams in the ceiling there. It was really grandiose, very swish indeed. Into the centre of that part of the dining area were the cold food options, such as cereals, croissants and other bread items, I believe. You got the jams to go with your croissants and stuff. On another table adjacent with the juices. So as I say, you get asked whether you want tea or coffee, And then on the table is a menu. So you get your hot food through an ordering mechanism again, just like the Premier Inn at Ormskirk. If you haven't seen that video, I'll link that one below. Great stuff there as well, where you order your food and you get it brought out to you just like a restaurant situation, and it was all very swish indeed. We both had the vegetarian breakfast the second morning, but Bunny had a salmon dish one morning, which was toast and salmon, and can't remember if there was anything else with it. But as for the dinners, as I say, straight out of the room into the bar. You know, it was quite busy actually both nights, so that's how popular it is. The menu has a very good mix of all sorts, including vegan and vegetarian options there for you. And look out for the usual surcharges on certain dishes, using the asterisk or some sort of notation there on the menu to let you know at the bottom of the menu how much you will be paying extra on top of your dinner basis. The drinks at the bar are very reasonable as well. We paid £7, no more than less than £7 on each night actually for drinks that we had, although we didn't drink alcohol. We had like a J2O situation, and what did Bunny have? Something like an appetizer or whatever, both coming in at less than £7 for the two drinks there. Overall, all the food that came out was absolutely brilliant. They have huge pizzas. We shared Bunny's pizza on the first night because I had a, what did I have? I had a pasta thing first night, I think it was. So we shared effectively that night, but very edible, very flavourful, superly done indeed. And that concludes our review on the Waterton Park Hotel at Walton near Wakefield. It's definitely worth a short break. We do hope you enjoyed this video. Next time hopefully we'll bring you the first in our Greek series. In the meantime, thank you very much for sticking with us. Thank you for watching this video. If you haven't already subscribed, please do so and hit the bell as you always do when you watch YouTube. See you in the next one. Bye for now.